Hello everybody, welcome to Blue Goose Garage. In this video I showed you that the Blue Metro's intake throttle body gasket was leaking, and showed you a little bit of that and changed it. Took it for a test drive. I also added a tailpipe to it. Didn't really show you as much of that, but I did take a picture and a couple of videos of it. After the video's done, I'll talk to you some more and explain why I did what I did. Notice that. Found one problem. That's probably why the car runs like it does. The throttle body gasket is bad. I've got one of them somewhere. Came from a gasket set that I put in my convertible. Here we go. I'm just doing this to make sure this is actually the problem, and then I'm going to definitely leaking pretty much all the way around that. Clean some of the oil. I took the throttle body loose, unhooked a few things, and flipped it over. I took a razor blade and scraped off all the gasket. Now, something I noticed when I was taking the bolts out of it is the two front bolts are warped a little bit. Story time. Oh no, another one. Yeah. Anyway, story time. This motor mount came loose and or broke a few times when Danny had that car. And when it did that, usually the engine would slam back and forth and hit everything. It's knocked holes and hoses. But apparently it also tried to knock the throttle body off of it. And when it did that, not only did it bend the bolts, it crushed the front part of the gasket because it pushed it down into it. So when it did that, it was making it leak from here to here. And who knows how long that's been like that. Probably years. But I want to once over it one more time and then bolt it back up and hook it back up, and we'll see how it runs. New gasket, air cleaner, all that stuff to put back on it. It's running smoother, a lot smoother. say it might be idling a little bit high. But I'm sure that little spring inside the idle air control valve broke. That's what happens to all of them. The RPM drops a lot faster than it did, so beforehand when he would rev it up like that, it would take a while to come back down. Now it's got a new gasket back there. Seems to be running better. That's really not bad at all. I mean, might have smoked a little bit. I can smell it a little bit. I can't really see it. So that's doing pretty good. Downside is that pipe's a little big, and occasionally it drags, but icy hill. I don't know if you can see it. You might not be. You might be able to. That piece of pipe. A lot better off. And I don't smell exhaust going down the road. So you still kind of do when it's sitting still, but until I'm able to clip it, that's pretty much as good as it's going to be for now. Looks like a race car. The main reason I went ahead and did that is I'm pretty sure I was getting a little bit of carbon monoxide poisoning. I've been driving that car almost 2 months, almost every day. And the first 2 weeks really didn't affect me all that much. And then I started getting headaches, and slowly it just kept getting worse. I kept getting nauseous and stuff, and I went a day or two without driving it, and it started getting a little bit better, and then I got back in it, and it got worse again. So I realized that more than likely my problem was the exhaust was coming up in the car. That intake gasket, throttle body gasket, I don't know how long that's been leaking, but I can tell you that it's been idling the way it was idling for 4 or 5 years. So more than likely 4 or 5 years it's been running like that. It was rich, since it has a working oxygen sensor. It was sensing that it was lean because it had an air leak, so it was giving it more fuel. Fixing that intake leak, it's idling smoother. Going down the road, you can actually tell when it leans out. Before you couldn't. Well, before it started running better when it leaned out. Now it starts running a little bit worse, but once it warms up all the way, it comes back. So that's actually normal. Normally, I've got a fairly high tolerance for exhaust, but that car was exceeding that tolerance. Hopefully now, with it blowing it out the side, it won't do that anymore. But I will be driving it with the rear window open until I can finally clip it. Try to keep the fumes out of the car. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.